All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect out here spreading this gospel in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. And I ran across this video that I'm going to play in just a second. Basically you have this grandmother, and you have her granddaughter. They sitting in the car, they having a conversation, and basically the grandmother, she's having, a serious conversation with her granddaughter, about, her lifestyle choices, on how she's putting her independence, and her freedom and liberty above having traditional values like a family, having children and, getting married and having a husband. So it shows two completely different mindsets, two completely different generations, and we can see that today, the younger generation, our generation that we are in right now, is a lot worse than when this older lady was growing up. They had a little bit more foundation when it comes to traditional values, so to speak. But today we don't have that, that foundation to build upon, because the women of our nation, they value freedom and having a business and being independent more than having a family and having a husband. So that's basically what it boils down to. The women of our generation, they would rather sacrifice that than giving up their freedom to do what they want to do. So let me just go ahead and play this video real quick. And in this video, peep how she gets offended at her grandmother for telling her the truth. Her grandmother, she's basically, calling it how she sees it. She's giving her the raw truth. And her granddaughter, she's getting offended, and she starts to lash out at her grandmother and call her names and things like that because of what her grandmother is saying that's hurting her feelings. So let me go ahead and play this real quick.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Huh?
I'm 38.
I've never been married. Huh? Have you ever been married?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really? Really? Really?
I've never been married. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Damn. Oh, Lord. Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life? Huh? Why do I have to get married and have kids just to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
I do.
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Really? I'm not nothing without a man? Huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Are you?
No, I had a husband till he died. My
Well,
boyfriend all the time.
You was
Before I
having
got married.
you was having sex?
Huh?
You had sex after granddaddy died?
No, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
But I had boyfriend and a husband till
Whatever.
he died.
I still have sex.
Huh?
I still have sex.
You what?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a slut.
Ah! It's one person. One person.
Sleeping around like a slut.
Your mama.
I didn't do it. I had a husband.
Your mama did then.
I had a husband.
Well, your mama was a slut then.
Don't talk about my mother. She's dead.
Well, don't talk about me.
Feelings hurt. Grandmother was telling it like it is, raw and uncut. Granddaughter getting her feelings hurt. 38 years old, almost 40 years old, never been married. Still a jump off, jumping from man to man. And she most likely messing around with men that's already got wives. She's basically a side chick. Feelings hurt. You know, she was trying to lash out at her grandmother because she was getting her feelings hurt. You know, if you're a woman, you know, and you around 38, 40 years old, never been married, it's just because you wasn't good enough, to be picked as a wife. Either that or you was just being a whore. It's really no gray areas when it comes to things like that. Either you was not good enough to be picked as a wife or you was just being a whore. That's the only two options it really is. It's not really any gray areas when concerning a situation like this. And her grandmother, she was dropping some real raw truth, and she was getting her feelings hurt. So she started calling her grandma a slut. She started calling her mother a slut, because her grandmother was calling her out. She was getting condemned in the spirit for the things that she was doing. Talking about she still have sex. Her grandmother said, yeah, I know it, but it's dirty. That's dirty, and the scriptures talk about that. That if a wife becomes another man's, she's polluted. And that's just one man. If a man mess with a woman, when she's a virgin, that man has set his mark on her. His DNA is all inside her from that point on. So when you sleep around with different men, then all those men DNA, the essence is on you. It's deeper than just having sex with different men, man. It's a lot deeper than that. It goes farther than that. And another thing that she said in this video was that if you don't have a man, you ain't nothing. And there was a point in time in the past, man, when women would get looked down on if they didn't have children or if they didn't have a husband. So this woman in this video, she's too ashamed to even show her face in a video. But a lot of people will be looking down on her in shame because she has no husband. And on top of that, she has no children. Talking about she just came back from a trip, as if that equals to having a husband and children and a family and traditional values. But the truth is she's just a whore, and she's not good enough to be picked, as a wife. No man is out there taking her serious. You see? And she's talking about she's sleeping with only one man, when really she's talking about she's only sleeping with one man at a time, even if that's the truth. But we know how these women get down, man, especially in this day and age. You know what I mean? So let me go into this real quick. And this is Ecclesiasticus 26:10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. And it's talking about if you got a daughter, she's shameless, she's bringing shame to the family, then you gotta keep a close watch on her, basically. But it says lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. So when women are able to make choices for themselves, they always make the wrong choice, man. This is why women choose bad partners, over and over again. This is why our community, our nation is so fucked up. A lot of the children in our nation get raised by single mothers, and the fathers that they do have, basically they're not around in their child's life. They either out on the streets or in jail, or who knows where, but they not, in the family. And it's because women, they choose the wrong partners to have kids with, time and time again, because they're able to make their own choices, and we know that women are not logical thinkers, so a lot of times they make their own choices when concerning who they should take as a life partner. Because in the ancient world, how they used to do it, the father would choose a partner for his daughter. But because women have, liberty and freedom to do what they want to do, and be independent, then they can make all these bad choices, and then blame the men, for the choices they made, because women, believe it or not, they give men access to sex, unless a man violate her or ravish her, she's the one that's given the green light, for him to go inside her, So it's these women that's giving these men the green light to have sex with them, get them pregnant, but once it doesn't work out, she wants to blame the man, for her bad choices, when it comes to choosing a good partner for her children. So it's all fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all messed up. But this is Isaiah 3:16. It says, "Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and one-tongued eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts," man. And this is going into the women of our nation. This is going into their pride. This is going into, their seductive ways, their adulterous ways, those one-tongued eyes, walking in front of the man, looking and flirting with every man that walk past them, walking and mincing as they go, trying to get attention. This is what it's going into. But it says, because of the way that they act, because of this pride and this attitude. This is Isaiah 3:24, and it says, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink." Man, I can't tell you how many times I done dealt with a so-called black woman, and they had, that odor, in their vagina area. They had that fish smell. You know what I'm saying? And I've dealt with Edomite women, no smell. I done dealt with other kind of women, no smell. But anytime I smashed a so-called black woman, man, it was always some type of odor, man. And this is going into this curse that the Heavenly Father put on them, for the way that they act. "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher of girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty," man. So this is why so-called black women, this is why y'all can't grow hair like the other nations, women. Because women of the other nations, they can grow hair all the way down to their fucking ass. It's all shiny, clean, But the women of our nation, their hair is all fragile, dry, brittle. This is a curse that was put on you. The Heavenly Father made it to where he basically took away your glory. Because we know that a man's glory is his woman, and a woman's glory is her hair. So the Most High, he basically took away, that's a curse on our nation. He took away the man's glory, which is our woman, because our women are out here trying to be independent, don't need a man. So the Heavenly Father, he took our women away. He took our glory away. And because of the way that our women act, he took y'all glory away, which is y'all hair. So now y'all got dry, brittle hair that don't grow, And I've seen a lot of black women now, they just get fades. They just get fades, man. Because they can't deal with, you know, the hair. They don't want to keep buying weaves, spending all their money on them weaves. So they just cut that shit off. You know, this is a curse that was put on us, man. So this is why you black women, this is why y'all can't grow hair. Like the so-called white woman, like the, you know, Chinese woman, Japanese woman, you know, even Africans, you know, because our people are not Africans, we're Israelites, you know, but those Hamites over there, those people, they Africans, man. Even they can grow hair, you know. But you so-called black women, y'all can't grow hair, man. This is why buying weaves is a $1 billion industry. You know. And it says, instead of a stomacher of girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. Lord took your beauty away. A lot of women of our nation are overweight, you know, ugly, you know, smell bad, bad attitude, which that goes into that makes you even uglier. You know, that bad attitude. You know, so the Lord, he took your glory away, which is your hair, and he took your beauty away. You know, and then I believe that, you know, me personally, I believe that this is why the women of our nation, they commit adultery so much, you know, because now the women of our nation, Israelite women, they are the leading women when it comes to committing adultery, when it comes to sleeping around, you know, and that's only amplified and pushed hard, you know, even harder by the music industry. But our women have very, very low confidence in themselves, you know, very depressed, you know, and when you're depressed, you know, you look for that validation and attention from other men, which causes you to commit adultery. So because the women of our nation have low self-esteem, you know, low confidence, you know, in themselves, they look for that validation from different men, you know, to give them that feeling that they attractive, that they want it, and that causes them to commit adultery, you know, so they gravitate to any man that basically feeds into them, you know, basically feeling good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So let me go into this real quick, because it kind of explains a little bit what I'm talking about. This is Ecclesiasticus 26:12, and it says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow, you know. And this is why our women do this, man. You know, that low self-esteem, that low self-value, you know. Any man that give them attention, you know, this is what they're going to do. They're going to drink of every water near them. Any man that give them attention, you know, this is what they're going to do. And it says, by every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. You know, she's going to have sex with every man that basically gives her attention, that feeds into her, you know, her self-validation that she craves. You know, she craves that attention. You know, she wants that attention. She drinks of every water near her. She needs that attention, man. You know, and you give her that attention. What did it say? It says, and open her quiver against every arrow. You know, so if you want to have sex with a so-called black woman, all you got to do is compliment them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and she's going to be down with it. You know, that's all you got to do. Because they have very low self-esteem and low value, you know, for themselves, man. You know, anything that makes them comfortable, makes them feel attractive, you know, makes them feel good about themselves, hey, they with it. You know what I'm saying? But this is Isaiah 13:12, because hey, that woman, you know, her grandmother in that video, she said that if you ain't got a man, you know, you basically, hey, you ain't nothing, you know, as a woman. And that's true. If you don't have a husband, you don't have children, then you are in opposition, to your role as a woman. You are in opposition to your nature, as a woman, to bear children and have a husband that's gonna rule over you. That's the order that the Heavenly Father set up, man. But it says, this is Isaiah 13:12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And this is gonna come in a big way, man. A man is gonna be looked at as more precious than fine gold in these days to come. Because the world, as we know it, is finna get a lot worse. Things are gonna get real weird, real hectic, real chaotic, real quick. And these women, they are going to need men, specifically a certain kind of men, men of the Lord, and elect men. But when this time comes, these women, they are going to try to latch on to any man that they feel like can protect them, man. Because even though women talk this big shit about they don't need a man, they independent, it's all cap, man. It's all an illusion, because at the end of the day, even in times that we are in now, you got all these women talking shit about men and how men don't do nothing. But if men weren't here to protect you from other men, y'all would be fucking sheep to the wolves. Because there's no group of women that's out there protecting women from other men. It's men protecting women from other men. The laws that are set up to protect women are set up by men. But y'all talk shit about men, and men are the ones that basically are protecting you from other men. There's no group of women or no nation of women that's out there protecting women from men. Men are protecting women. So when this time come, when the lights get cut off, or however the Heavenly Father gonna do it, whatever gonna happen, all hell gonna break loose. Shit gonna hit the fan. It's gonna be all out lawlessness out here. Women are not gonna want the attention that they once wanted. No woman is gonna want attention in that day. You got women out here, they posting ass pics, they posting titty pics, bikini pictures, going grocery shopping with thongs in their ass and shit like that, trying to get attention from all these different men. But in this day that's coming, that these scriptures really put an emphasis on, and it's talking about, it's gonna be a time like no other. No woman is gonna want attention in that day, especially from men. Women are gonna be very discreet. You're gonna have women that's gonna be actually trying to present themselves as men because they don't want to be found out as being a woman, because that's gonna make you a target. Rape and getting ravished is coming back in a big way. It's gonna come back on a larger scale known to men. Especially over here in America, in the States, man. It's gonna get real wild out here. So no woman is gonna want the attention that they once was before this day come. So let me play this video again, because hey, like she said in this video, if you don't have a man, if you don't have a husband, you don't have nothing. You ain't nothing. So let me play this one more time.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Huh?
I'm 38.
And never been married? Huh? Have you ever been married?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really? Really? Really?
And never been married. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Damn. Oh, Lord. Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life? Huh? Why do I have to get married and have kids just to have a good life?
You do have no good life.
I do.
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Really? I'm not nothing without a man. Huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
Are you?
No, I had a husband till he died. My
Well,
boyfriend all the time.
You was
Before I
having
got married.
you was having sex.
Huh?
You had sex after Granddaddy died?
No, I didn't. But I
Uh-huh.
had boyfriend and husband till
Whatever.
he died.
I still have sex.
Huh?
I still have sex.
You what?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a slut.
Ah! It's one person. One person.
Sleeping around like a slut.
Your mama.
I didn't do it. I had a husband.
Your mama did then.
I had a husband.
Well, your mama was a slut then.
Don't talk about the mother. She's dead.
Well, don't talk about me.
Shalom.